Okay lads, so today we're going to look at solving quadratic equations that have fractions in them. Now the first thing we need to realise is that when we're solving a quadratic equation, it must be in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And a, b and c must be elements of z, which means they must be positive or negative whole numbers, which means we can't have fractions. So we must eliminate these fractions. Now, we have 4 parts to our quadratic trinomial. We have 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms, and then it's equal to 0. So we need to eliminate these fractions, okay? In order to eliminate these fractions now, I have to multiply each one of these terms by a number so that these fractions will disappear, okay? The number that we must multiply by is going to be the lowest common multiple of 3, 2, and 6. So the lowest common multiple of 3, 2, and 6 is going to be 6. Okay, so I multiply 6 by x squared over 3, and I multiply 6 by x over 2, and I multiply 6 by 5 over 6, and I also multiply the 6 times the 0, even though that's not really going to make any difference because it's going to work out to be 0. Now I can eliminate these fractions because 3 into 6 goes twice. That's going to leave me with just 2x squared. 2 into 6 goes 3 times. That's going to leave me with 3x, and then that's over 6. 6 into 6 goes once. That's just going to leave me with 5, and then 6 times 0 is just 0. So now I'm back to the quadratic trinomial equation that we're used to, and we use our guide number method. Times 5 equals 10, and then we look at all the factor pairs of 10. 1 by 10, 2 by 5, and one of those factor pairs is going to work out to give us the 3 in the middle, and that's going to be 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. So I go back and I rewrite this: 2x squared plus 5x minus 2x, because 5x minus 2x is still 3x, minus 5 is equal to 0. And now I have groups of common factors. So look at the first 2 terms next. 2x squared and 5x, what's common? Well, x is common. That leaves me with 2x plus 5 inside. And I also need the exact same bracket next now. So from 2x minus 5, the only thing that's common here is going to be 1 or minus 1. I'm going to take the minus 1 outside because that will leave me with a 2x plus 5 inside, which is exactly the same as the first bracket. Okay? So now I can factorize by the common factor, which is 2x plus 5. And that's going to be outside of x minus 1 and equal to 0. And now I finish this question the same way as I finished all the previous ones. I let 2x plus 5 equal 0, and I let x minus 1 equal 0. So I'll do this one first, it's easy. X equals 1, and on the left hand side then I have 2x equals minus 5, and x equals minus 5 over 2. Okay, so just to recap on the top, the only new part here is how we eliminate the fractions. We've actually done this in a previous chapter, I think you're back in chapter 12. Okay, so we find the lowest common multiple, the lowest number that, so 3, 6, 2, 4, 6, and 6 obviously, is a multiple of 6. We multiply across by that lowest common multiple to eliminate the fractions, and then we're back to the questions that we were doing for homework last night.